Yeah, good evening. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Wednesday, the 26th of November 2025. This is my weekly analysis video where we have a look at some of the Forex pairs. I'm trading on the 8-hour charts using the dollar cost averaging method and also the high probability method. All right, boys and girls, thanks for watching. If you do like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe button. It is 6:37 p.m. My next 8-hour candle for the Forex pairs is at 9 o'clock. So another, what's that, 2.5 hours. So hopefully I'll get it up before 9. Yep, there we go. Perfect timing. All right, let's get on to the charts. Here we go. All right, this is TradingView. I do all my analysis on TradingView. All my trading's done manually on the MT5, various MT5, and I've got a new prop firm. They use Trade Locker, which is a bit of a pain, but yeah, so it's all good. I'm not a trade signal provider. Don't follow me blindly. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just showing the trades I took and sharing ideas with you, etc. So the 8-hour charts are pretty good. So I check them 3 times a day. I live in Da Nang, Vietnam, so the new daily candle opens at 5 a.m. local for me. I get out of bed at 6:30-ish. So that's my first check of the 8-hour charts in the morning. It's about an hour and a half after that new candle. Not much happens in that time, so it's not too bad. Second candle for me is at 1 p.m. local at the moment. It used to be 12 until daylight saving. And the bummer is that Bitcoin and Ethereum stayed at 12, whereas the Forex pairs went to 1. I don't know why that is. Must be the broker I'm using for the cryptos. So I'm checking the cryptos 1 hour later with the Forex pairs. And my third candle, as I said, is at 9 p.m. So it's pretty low stress, easy to do, and it's very steady, consistent, other than one problem pair, which we'll go through in a minute. So my watch list on the right, we'll start on top, just work our way through. My main trade signal is the QQE Advanced, all right, this bottom indicator. This is the MACD Platinum in the middle, this is the QQE Advanced. You'll see here they've got the same name because it's the same indicator. You can just choose which one you want to use, that's all. So my bread and butter trade is when the QQE goes above the 60 level, which is the top line. I'm looking for sells coming back to the 50 level. If it goes below the 40 level, I'm looking for buys to go back to the 50 level. I'm also taking high probability or MACD Platinum trades if they're to hedge any of these trades, the QQE trades, or they're a good standalone trade. Now what I mean by standalone has to fit all my rules from the books, the high probability trade setup, and there has to be either supporting divergence or major support resistance level or something like that. So we'll just run through the pairs and the trades, and I'll explain why I've taken trades and what I've done with them. All right, so we start the first one, AusCAD. Here's all my details. Nothing changes the way I write up trades, just information on the charts that I look at it, and it's easy for me to follow. I probably suggest you do the same. Just makes things a lot easier to track, all right? So I took a buy in here, second buy in there. So S2 is the buy, you can see it there. Buy 1, price, then there's T2, which means it's a second trade. And I've closed, the QQE's gone through these are QQE trades, see QQE, below the QQE 40 level. Since I've gone through the 50 level today, up here on this big candle, I closed T1, which is that one there, and a partial close on trade 2, and a new stop set, and I've still got a full base lot in play still. So you can see it now. Then I start to draw trend lines in for potential hidden bearish divergence there. And that second trade was taken on a trend line break. So there's a buy here. There's a nice support level below the 40 level, so it doesn't matter. It's come down, bounced off that support level again, come up, gone through, broke this trend line because that buy signal still valid. We're still well below the 50 level, so I took a second buy and it's paid off nicely. Aussie Swiss, no trades on. Again, drawing potential trend lines for potential hidden bearish divergence there. There's a grey vertical line there. It's just because there's a red dot on the MACD platinum above the 0 level. Puts me in sell mode, that's all. Just a warning. Aussie New Zealand. Now I was caught with my pants down a little bit. It was good for me actually this morning. There's New Zealand interest rate news, and I took all my trades before the news come out, and just about every pair except this one went in my favour. So it was good for me except for this one. Now this is the Aussie New Zealand MP buy. So you can see here the QQE is nowhere near the 60 or the 40, so it's in no man's land. So I'm just looking at the MACD platinum. That's MP, and there's this big hidden bullish divergence. The MACD platinum's below the 0 level. You can see it there by the green trend line. So I took the buy. It's gone up a little bit. My target for that is the 0 level in the MACD platinum. Then there's this sell. So I just ignore that. It's not a valid. I can't do anything with it. The MACD platinum's below the 0 level. So it went sideways around my entry level. Then that news, interest rate news came out and has gone down. No big deal, because now, I should have drawn this up before, bullish. Now we've got that potential 1, 2 and divergences. It's supposed to be green. I don't know why it's not green. Bullish, yeah, doesn't matter. So we've got this potential divergence setting up there. It should be green. I'm not sure why TradingView is not going to green there. So that's good. The MACD, back in a sec. All right, just did a pause there while the internet jumped in and out, and all my platforms are going in and out. So the lines are green now. So there's hidden bullish divergence. Now there's regular bullish divergence. So it's the 1, 2 I've spoken about many times in videos. So looking for a second buy, and we're just going to DCA mode. If this comes down into below the 40 level, the QQE down here, may even consider taking a second sequence based on that. You don't know. So that's a trade that's going against me, so we just got to be patient. Aussie USD, there's a buy in here. It's a QQE buy. QQE is below the 40, aiming for the 50 level. And again, we're at the 65-cent level again. Have a look at that. I know I go on about it, but there's a reason, because it just keeps on going back to it. So we've got up to it, nice big bullish candle up, and the last few hours have been back down again. As I said, Bitcoin, BTC, in a buy here, and the street vendor goes past. Perfect timing. So we're in a buy here, and that was it's a QQE buy. You can see it there, QQE, below the 40. Second buy in here. There's my break even, that yellow dash line. These green dash lines, that's 80,000. Price has come down, I touched it. That's 100, that's 120. So about 124 or something's a high. It's come down to about 80,000, so it's a fair drop, as we all know. My break even's that yellow dash line there, as I said. In the meantime, now we got hidden bearish divergence potentially forming. There's a red dot on the MACD platinum above the 0 level. So if I've got a sell signal there, I'd probably take it. Just to give me a little bit of hedging there, no dramas. Generally, I don't like to short the cryptos, but I will in this case just to give me some protection, and may make a bit of money to the downside. If it just blows up through this yellow line or convincingly, then I'll start looking, I'll be waiting for the QQE to go through the 50 level, and I'll start taking some action there. CAD Swiss in a buy from down here. There's a QQE, it's below the 40, all good. Locked in a profit, trailing the stop. Generally, I like to trail the stop on that yellow dotted line, so 20 SMA. There's no need to be crazy about it, because a couple of things. One, it's a buy, so any Swiss pairs to the buy side, it's positive swap. Sell side, different story, big negative swap on the sell side. And I've taken this sell, so there's a sort of a hedge at the moment. This sell's a little bit messy. It's a MP, S1 MP sell based on this hidden bearish divergence there. You can see the hidden bearish divergence, MACD platinum above the 0 level. So I've basically got a hedge at the moment. If I close both trades, I'll be an overall profit, so no big deal. But this has gone a little bit sideways since. You see that blue trend line I've drawn across the lows there, thinking there might be a decent break, but there hasn't been anything that convinced me. This one here, I was thinking about it, but we're already close to the original sell, and I've still got this buy on, so I didn't take it. Now it's bounced up a little, so we're sort of no man's land at the moment, but it's not a bad thing, because as I said, I've still got the buy on, can't lose, and we've got a sell on that's just above the entry, so no big deal. Ethereum, similar to Bitcoin, same sort of setup. Buy, second buy, break evens at the, I think it's the 3,000 level there. That's the 4,000 up there. And we've got potential hidden bearish divergence potentially forming there. There's no red dot on the MACD platinum as such yet. These are QQE trades, you can see. But the thing is, we're already close to the 50 level now. So it's getting a bit messy. We'll just try and get a break even on this, that'll do. Overall break even. Euro Aussie in a sell here. This is an MP based on this resistance level when I took the sell, just this blue line. It's since gone into more divergence, so there's potential for more. The QQE is very close to the 60 level, but never broke it. The good thing is it's still above the 50. So this buy signal here is not valid. There's nothing I can do, and as you can see, it didn't go anywhere. It just bounced off this resistance level still, and it's heading back down. MACD platinum's at the 0 level, so we're just looking for a scratch, break even sort of result. If I get a sell at 9 PM, I might take another sell and just see if I can milk some pips out of it, and then reduce risk as soon as possible. Euro CAD in a buy from here. It's an MP buy based on this big support level there. So you can see price come down, blue dot, MACD platinum below the 0 level, took the buy, has gone up. Not only has the MACD platinum gone through the 0 level, price has banged its head on this resistance level, close half, bring a stop right up, can't lose. Easy trade. Euro Swiss in this buy from down here, it's a QQE buy, there it is there, S1, QQE, S1 buy. That's why it's all marked up, easy to read, trade one, there's the price, closed half, stop in place, just trailing the stop. I could probably bring that stop up a little bit, and I probably will at 9 PM, just a few more pips. I know it doesn't sound like much when you're just trailing it up, and it's a bit monotonous when you do it, but every time you lock in 15, 20 pips, you know, it's money in your pocket. Then I took this sell, it's a QQE, S2 sell up here. There is a sort of resistance level and price, it sort of broke through but came back to it. So you could even, it's not even divergence either, but the MACD platinum's well above the 0 level, QQE is well above the 60. So as I said, I'll drag this buy stop up tighter and just wait and see what happens with this sell. Euro pound, nothing happening. No trades on. We've got this nice support level on price now. MACD platinum below the 0 level. So if a buy was to present, I could just take it based on the MACD platinum. But in the meantime, the QQE is also heading down, getting very close to the 40 level. So it could be getting into that zone. It's all sideways, keep me out. Now the problem child, Euro Yen, you know about it. I've talked about it a million times. Still stuck in these trades from way back. And I made mistakes. I could have got out. And we had this big gap a few weeks ago on the elections, which still hasn't been filled yet. That's these blue, different coloured blue lines. Been taking all these trades. My break even's down here, this yellow dash line. Got a bit of profit locked in at the moment, 3,286. I could start doing, I'm pretty sure I said this last week too, probably start doing something with that because there is big swap, negative swap on the sell side. So most of my trades are sells. The last trade was a buy in the last candle, and it's just gone nowhere. It's a yen pair. It's not ideal to trade DCA, not like this. So I shouldn't have done it, but I did. Now it's the one that's holding my whole. I think it's motorbike. It's the one that's holding up my whole shared spreadsheets of the results. It's just blocking everything up. There's so many profits I want to add to that list, but this is in the high up the list, and it's just preventing me from adding the others. But I'll just keep on working my way out. Tonight I might have a look at try and get rid of some of this profit here, which means reducing some of these trade sizes down here. I'll have a look at that before next Wednesday's video. Euro New Zealand in a sell here. It's a QQE. You can see it's well above the 60 level. Never broke the 50, even though the MACD pattern's gone through. Second sell here. Nice resistance level. We're still above the 50. Take the second sell. Interest rate news come out. Bang, down she goes. So I'm thinking on this candle at 9 p.m, just looking at the moment, if you look at this yellow number, when I put my cursor over it, you can see it's 49.09 something. So it's just below the 50 level. So if it stays like that in about 2 hours or so, 2 hours and 7 minutes, I will look at closing out trade 1, and I'll do a partial close on trade 2, and I'll put a stop just somewhere in there, in that area there. So it puts me, locks in some profit, gives me potential to make more, and that's all good. So that's the Euro New Zealand. Euro USD, this is just gone. So not really getting much out of it. This is a QQE buy. The QQE is below the 40 level. We're coming up towards the 50 level. Just hope to get a bit more, push up a bit. Yeah, it's just sort of going nowhere fast. Look, it looks pretty. Looks like you can make plenty, but the hard thing's managing the trades. You know, look. When you look at that, you think, geez, you can't go wrong with these signals, and you can't. I'm not losing anything on the Euro USD. It's not giving me any grief, but it's not giving me any huge profits either. Steady as she goes. Right, pound Aussie. This one's I probably need a bit of help. So we're in that sell. So hidden bearish divergence sell. Here it is here. MACD platinum up to 0 level. Red lines are your hidden bearish divergence. Took a sell. That buy was ignored. Took a second sell there. Now we've sort of got a resistance level, which is good. Gave me a break even down here. Not far at all, but just didn't. It got through it, but the MACD platinum stayed above the 0 level the whole time, and now the QQE is above the 0 level too, the 50 level. So there's another buy in here. It's just it's come down. It's been in the break-even area, but nothing to tell me to start getting out. Then we've got this buy, which I ignore. It's spiked up. Now it's giving me this regular bearish divergence, the red lines. And you can also make an argument that resistance is carried on, because even though it went through it, it hasn't held, obviously. I'll probably extend it a bit. So we're clear on that. Now we've got that sort of wedgie pattern. I'm not a big fan of these wedges or anything like that, but it generally means there's going to be a breakout in some direction. I don't understand it, so don't quote me. But what I'm looking for here is there's been a red dot on the MACD platinum above the 0 level, hence the grey vertical line. I'm looking for a third sell, and that would be good, because the QQE, I think that'll go, no. If you look at the yellow numbers here, remember I'm looking for the 60 level. How close is that? 59.52 something. So it doesn't matter. But what I'm looking is for a third sell there, and that'll bring up this overall break even. This will hopefully come down, and we'll be able to take some action. Pound CAD in a buy. I was in several buys here. You can have a look. This is a good result. So there's a QQE down here. The original buy, the grey vertical lines, S2. Second one here was on a trend line break, still below. Third one is a valid buy signal, well below still. Fourth one, still below, good. Now, it's come up through the 50 level, but there was just no opportunity for me to exit, because I took that trend line break. It sort of messed up the sequence a little bit. There's no place for me to get out. I did take a couple of sells in there, which is good. Didn't take that buy. I missed that buy, and that was a mistake on my part. No real damage done, but I could have made more profit in hindsight. But yeah, I should have taken that buy. I didn't. These sells I did take, I believe, so they were added. So they're profits that were added to that sequence. Then the last trade 5 was this one here. And eventually we've got up and into position where I could start over the overall break even, start closing the trades out. So close T1, T2, T3 and T5, which is that last one there. Because generally I like to leave the trade that's furthest away from price still on, then manage that. So this is the lowest entry on the buys, this one here. Wait, trying to sell me something. So this is a my lowest entry here. So I've closed T4 at a partial close on that, and stop set at, and I've still got yeah, probably didn't write how much I closed on T4. So it's a partial close on T4. Which one? This one here. I'll have to check that and fix that up. And I've still got a base lot still in play, can't lose. And the trick is now to trail the stop up higher. So it's all good. Pound CAD, so that's where you want multiple trades, gone sideways and just bang, up she goes, and you can cash in good profit. And check the spreadsheet, have a look. Pound Swiss, there's a buy, just trailing it up now. It was a QQE below through the 50, close, trail the stop up. Probably trail the stop up a little bit higher. In the meantime, got a red dot on the MACD platinum above the 0 level. Price is at this resistance level on price, looking for potential sell, which I take. Not only is the MACD platinum well above the 0, the QQE is also above the 60. Pound New Zealand, another one that was as a result of interest rate years. Sell here, there's a QQE, still hasn't been below the 50. Took a buy in here, which is still in play as a just a hedge buy. Valid MACD platinum. MP MACD platinum sell sequence 2 buy. There it is there. Then we've got this. Now we've got this resistance level, and we've got a sell here. This is after the interest rate years, which is a bummer. Pity it wasn't on the counter before, would have been sweet. So my entry's down here. So I've got the 3 trades on. So I've got 2 break-evens, one for the sells, the yellow dash line, which is this one here, and the yellow solid lines for the overall break-even. Since the news that it's pulled back a bit, but it may continue on down, the MACD platinum still above the 0 level, so I've got the 3 trades on. So it's like the old traditional hedge, where in this case it would sell, hedge buy, second sell. So that's what we're looking for. Pound USD is a buy. No, we're not in any trades. I didn't take the buy. It was a standalone high probability setup, but because there was no divergence, there's no divergence or support or resistance levels or anything like that, I just ignored that buy. It's a bit of a bummer sometimes, because that's actually a good setup. You know, if I was doing the daily list, that'd be a buy trade I'll take every day of the week. But because I've got a particular set of rules for this watch list, these are ones I do ignore. And obviously hindsight's a great tool, that would have worked out. MACD platinum through the 0 level, up to previous resistance level, close half, stop and place, can't lose sort of setup. And like the Euro USD, the Pound USD can look pretty good at times too. New Zealand CAD, this was 3 trades, and again the news candle today got me out nicely. So there's a buy here, it was a QQE buy there, you can read about it. 3 trades, trade 1, trade 2, trade 3, trade 2, still a buy. I think I took that sell in there, I'm pretty sure I did, made a few bucks out of it, because that's just an easy standalone hedge, probably divergence there too. If you look at from there to there and there to there, it's hidden bearish divergence, took that through the 0 level, close half, put a stop in place, can't lose, all good. Then you got the 3rd buy, it's a little bit hard to see, there's a blue dot there, it's just below the fold. You can see it there. You've got to be careful of that sometimes. I've missed quite a few. Took a buy there, and eventually, bang, that big candle on interest rate news, blasted through the 50 level in the QQE convincingly, even though technically it had already been through here, but I couldn't get out. That was good. That 3rd trade, closed T1, T2 and a partial on T3, stop and play, still got a full base lot in play. And we're at a big round number, which is just 0.8 on the NZ CAD. So looking good, can't lose on that. NZ Swiss, nothing happening. There's nothing now. The QQE is above the 60, but the last candles that on the interest rate news was a buy, so it's above there. So just waiting now patiently. New Zealand USD, probably going to do something on the 9 p.m. candle. There's a buy here, there's a QQE below the 40 level. Took a while to get going. Then we had the interest rate news, hit the previous high here, and it's sort of come back a bit. But I think that if you look to the yellow, that's just at 9. If nothing changes too much, that's going to be above the 50. So it looks like I'll be closing half on this and putting the stop just below that, just below the entry there. So I put myself in a no lose position there. USD CAD in a buy here. This was based on it. It's an MP buy based on hidden bullish divergence there. Then the second one was the regular. So there's your 1-2 hidden, followed by regular. So it's a good setup, and that worked out nicely. So it does work. So there's the first buy, second buy. So you can read 2 buys there. Close trade 2, left trade 1 on. Close trade 2, left trade 1 on, put a stop in place. And then I've closed another partial on trade 1. Can't lose on that, very close to the stop now. And then I've taken this sell here, there's a QQE, S1, it's well above the 60, and there's a resistance level and price, so it's not too bad. We're looking good. That's the USD CAD. All good. Next one, USD Swiss franc. Buy down here, it's a QQE, read about it there, QS2, buy. It's gone up nicely through the 50 level, close half, trail of stop. It's boring as, but again, it's got some nice moves. And we've got this sell here, it's the most recent one, last candle. It's a QQE, it's above the 60. We've got divergence there, regular bearish divergence. And got a stop in place, but it's gone against me, but it's no big deal. Still got this buy on, so if I close both trades, it'll be overall profitable. I know people in some jurisdictions like the US and that can't have buys and sells on at the same time. In this case, if you're in this buy, you got this sell signal. I'd prefer the sell, even though it's going against me. I still prefer the sell. Close the buy, take the sell. You'll get maximum profit on your trades, whereas I sometimes lose a bit, but I like that. I'm giving up a bit. It's like having insurance, you know. You have like, say, for your motor vehicle, your car insurance, you have it. You don't look for accidents, but if you do have one, then you're covered. Me hedging like this, you know, there's 2 schools of thought. Like, if you're that committed to the sell, why don't you get out of your buy? You know, I just like, it's just a peace of mind thing. It's part of the mental side of trading for me. I sleep better. Doesn't worry me. I don't need to get every pip from this low to that high. If I get pips from here to there, that's 70% of that range. That'll do me. I'm happy with that. You can make money as long as you're making consistent profits. Who cares if you don't get every pip? Not here to pick highs and lows. Here to profit with as less stress as possible. Last one, USD Japanese yen. Another yen pair. That's just, I keep on saying it, I keep on trading yen pairs. I like to have at least 1 yen pair on my list, and even once I finish with this euro yen, I'll still keep the USD Japanese yen on the list. So we're in sells, and look at this, it's QQE, and it still hasn't gone back to the 50 level. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, break even's that yellow dash line, so we're not too far away. But it's caused me a little bit of grief on swap fees, and it's just not getting down to there. And you can see it's above the 50 level the whole way through. Now, I think I've taken a couple of buy trades. I definitely would have taken that one. I'm not sure. You can check the spreadsheet, but I definitely took one, possibly that one. I'm not sure. So I have made a little bit of money on the upside. So it's not all doom and gloom, and it's not that far from the break-even. So I'm not getting stressed about it, but it shows you the yen pairs, they're just a little bit different. They march to a different beat. All right, that's a 30-minute video, which is pretty long for an 8-hour one. So thanks for watching. If you do like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, it's always appreciated. And if you're interested in the EA, which you could do most of this trading except for the high probability side of things, you could do all the QQE stuff with our EA. I'm trading it live now on a couple of accounts, and it's going pretty well. I still like my manual trading because I do this full time, so the EA I like on the smaller time frames, like the 4-hour, 6-hour charts, where I don't have many problems doing the 8-hour charts manually. But if I'm off to on a cruise or something for 2 weeks, I just set up the EA on the 8-hour charts, daily charts, or whatever. Doesn't matter. All right, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully I'll get this uploaded before the 9 p.m. candle, which is in 1 hour and 52 minutes. All right, boys and girls, thank you. Cheers.